video about getting these two running properly. This one hasn't been started in a hot minute. Let's see if keyless entry works. Oh, fucking yeah. Alright, this battery's 8 years old. Let's see if she'll go. Oh, that's just sad. Alright. Shitbox daily. Seems like in there. Give her a shot. Oh, what a champ. Oh, it runs like shit. It'll do. Oh, is this what I was dragging around? Brought a little friend with me. All reliable. That's what we got in plan for EJ253. Going back in this, somebody decided to put in a JDM EJ203 because this one had blown second and fourth gear, so it's slow as shit. So we got to fix that. It's also got a blown head gasket, and I've been running that transmission like that for 2,000 miles since I bought it and broke it. So this is going to be a big upgrade. I also found some TNs. They're pretty junk lowering springs, and but you know, I got a set of 4 struts that I could steal parts off of. Get some nice top hats, and the kicker is they were only $30. All right, give this another shot. Fires up. I think it's just the battery that's just fucked. All right, this looks far enough into me. It ain't turning back on with the 2.0 in it ever again. Just got a little carried away. Got started. Pulled the battery, pulled the air box. I started draining the radiator. Pulled the harnesses. Started unbolting fuel rails. I gotta like fucking these clips. I've never dealt with these before. Evidently, you're supposed to pick them apart, and then they slide right off. And they're reusable like that. You don't have to hose clamp around like the previous ones. Which is nice, but I don't know how to do it, so it's gonna take me a second. And then I'm gonna just get in there with a 14 and blast everything apart. Got a strut out. I was talking about those tan springs. Maybe try to tackle that today too. We'll see how much we can get. I'll probably be finishing at like 2 a.m. Got the power steering off. I just clamped it off to the side, then I don't have to drain it. And you get that pool of oil right there. It's fucking nasty. And I didn't drain the AC. The dude that I bought the motor from literally just gassed it into the atmosphere. Thank you, guy. Only you can prevent forest fires. But I'm going to not drain mine. The compressor wheel is fucked, or the clutch is fucked, but I'm just gonna leave it, slap it back on there. It's about winter time anyway, so I don't need AC. These fuel lines were pretty damn easy. Yeah, those are awesome. I love working with those. I think I'm gonna have to jack up the back now. Get under there. Have to jack it up a little bit further. I've got the transmission jack holding it up right there because I've only got 1 bolt holding the transmission cross member on. 117 left. I took the whole exhaust off this one bit. The O2 sensor clips usually are a pain in the butt, but they came off pretty easy. No muffler, so it's easy to get at that back hook. Shouldn't be too long till I'm ready to pull both of them, I hope. I think I've just got motor mounts, and then the shifter linkage, dog bone, and I think all the, I gotta do the heater hose. I gotta lower it back down. It's way off of there. I won't be able to crane both of them out if I've got it. I don't think I have a strap. I might need to run down by Harbor Freight, get another chain or something. Because I've always been using seat belts or like these kind of ratchet straps. But I think they're only weighted for like 400 pounds. So I don't think it's the best idea if I pull both of them at the same time. Nothing's allowed to go perfectly smooth, right? This axle is seized in there. Got some space. It's coming out now. I had to get this hub puller. Thank you, O'Reilly's. Because this is what came out of the the passenger side, it only had 2 of those little cups, the axle balls. The other one has a ripped, where is it? Oh, the other one's fucked too, but oh, what can you do? I've only got one. I managed to finesse one axle out of the guy that I bought this engine transmission from, but the other one was busted on him too, as evident by the beautiful grease on the side of the head. Yeah, getting there now. Doing one last once over. There's things that I forgot about. All the clips for the tranny sensor, speed sensor, starter. There's a clip on there and like a 12 millimeter. Easy enough. But I didn't fully undo the drive shaft. Usually I get the 4 bolts on the diff and I'll completely pull the drive shaft, but the Impreza is a little different style bucket for how it holds the diff in, so I decided not to do it. So I just loosened these 214s for the carrier bearing, and then when I started pulling it forward, I made this lovely mess of gear oil, because even though I had the bucket, it never, Excel and Valdez up in here, never goes to plan, but that's going to be interesting getting it back in. Now I just kind of got to play with both of these jacks at the same time while I pull it out of there. Hopefully it goes smooth. My knots were slipping a second ago, so I had to redo it. And this jack is old as shit, so it just bleeds air. It'll go up and it'll go right back down like half of what you did, so you gotta do all your work twice. But I don't think I forgot anything. I think it's ready to come on out of there. There it is. I'm excited to tear into this. I've only split one of these cases once. I was just looking at the gears and shit. It looks way too complicated to know how the shift forks go back together. Like, I could take the case apart all day, but you asked me to put it back together. I don't know about that one. But it's out of there. Left a fucking oily mess. I'm gonna have to, I don't know what to do with that. Kitty litter? I'll make sure and blast that down because it's all covered in oil. But yeah, way faster to pull them both at the same time. I gotta start doing that more often. There it is. Ready to go in. Day 2 of wrenching is sponsored by Purina Tidy Cat. So, anyways, I pulled off the AC and the power steering, and I'm just transferring the last of like the little shifter linkages, little accessories over to the new engine before I plunk it on in there. I've been letting it sit. We got hit with a snap freeze. It was cold as shit. So it's just been sitting here on jack stands for like forever. But today's technically day 2, so we're gonna get it done today, hopefully. We'll see. It's back in there. It was a little bit interesting getting the drive line to go back into the tranny, but I had to like wiggle it back and forth and like up and down on the tranny jack a million times. But eventually, I think that's still faster than unbolting the whole drive line and putting it in, so that would be like a lot of extra work, at least like 16 more bolts, plus you gotta jack up the rear even more. Just accessories now at this point, I think. Axle struts, and then all the connections, all the wiring, all the hoses. I don't know. My hands are greasy, so I didn't feel like filming. But most of the oil still is gone at this point too. That kitty litter did a pretty good job cleaning it up. Okay, this side is usually much easier to go together. You just get that ground at the top, one plug, stick one on the motor, and one of them's the front O2 sensor, one's the rear. Get the main harness plug, this brown one, I don't know what that is, EGR or something like that. And then these 2 over on the side, and that's about it. I've started putting back AC's kind of just dangling there, debating whether to fully install it or just run some bolts through it. And I've got another compressor sitting around here that I need to throw in. Need to put those heater hoses on, starter. I got the electrical, just the little one on there. All buttoned up. Got the heater hoses on with hose clamps this time. Should be easier to take off if I need to take it off again. Fuel lines are back on. All the extra evap stuff. Fuel rails bolted back on, or fuel line. No, actually that's the fuel line. It's what, power steering? Oh, okay. I just stuck the axles back in. This O'Reilly's brand one, I don't know if it's a wagon one. It might be, because it went in really easy compared to the OEM one, which I had to finesse a lot to get it in there, but oh well, it is what it is. I'm sure it'll work, even if it is. They told me it was sedan specific, because the sedan versus the wagon axles are different. So my least favorite bolts to take apart on an Indy Subaru are these spring bolts from the cat to the mid-pipe. I put the whole exhaust on as one piece, so I never had to take them off, which was nice. I kind of jacked it off of the rear bank of the cat, and then hooked up that metal hanger. From there, I got to zip tie the front O2 sensor. I got the rear one already hooked up. They're both hooked up, but you need zip tying out of the way so the axles don't move. Axles are in, struts are in, fairly self-explanatory. Radiator needs to be hooked up. And then fluids. But I took the center caps off of the wheels so I can get the axle nut with the whole weight of the car on the ground, so I could get a proper torque on them, because the parking brake only does the rear wheels. So loading up this battery, we'll see if it works. I don't know. Airbox, gear oil, map's already plugged in. So this is the only thing I need to tighten left. She should crank. This PCV wasn't long enough by like 2 inches, so I rigged this shit up just so I can see if it'll start. Other side reached fine, which is nice. Uh-oh. Here's my keys. What do you think? Will it go? The door chimes. Last second, is there anything I forgot? The fuel rail prime. Check for fuel leaks. No fuel leaks. Doesn't smell like gas though. I don't know. Will she go? That is the question. Wow, it actually started. Okay. Bless these long ass jumper cables. Look how long these jumper cables are. Good job, Toyota. Good job, Subaru. No leaks? Are you fucking kidding? Oh yeah. Alright, so the car's rolling good recently. So I picked up this WRX sway bar, which you can see is a lot thicker than the toothpick that the RS comes with. The 02 WRX is the only one with a 20 mil bar. After that, 03 to 07 goes to a 17 mil. But we've managed to pick up one of the 20 mils. That's the different size between the 13 and the 20, so there should be significant difference in the balancing of the car. I'm also about to throw in these springs here as well. So all at once, I still got a 205, so it'll probably lose grip before it starts really having a problem with the lean. But yeah, it should should be good. So to determine which strut I was going to use, since they're both used and I didn't really know the condition of either of them, I let them race for it. So it looks like the OEM one is toast, but the KYB still got some life left to it, which is not what I would have chosen, because this one looks all clean and this one's got a little bit of rust on it. So I'm gonna clean up the GR2, I guess. And oh, the top hat on the WRX struts were crusty. Dude forgot to use a washer. The rubber's falling apart. He put the spacer here. This was underneath the bellows, so it was incorrectly assembled. So we're gonna put it back together using our good top hats from these struts, and then we'll have one half decent pair of junk struts for the front. These springs are in. I barely had to crank them with the compressor, so I wonder if they're gonna be too soft, to be honest. Struts are half-ish blown. I don't know, I just need to save up for a pair of yellow inserts, but I don't want to waste them on 02, 03. So, probably try to find a set of 04 07. So I didn't really have a good way to end this video, but I made a little bit of progress on it. So here's before in stock height with that monster truck wheel gap, and here's after with the TNs, probably lowered it an inch and a half. I picked up these 17-inch BRZ FRS, whatever, I don't know what they are. They got some 235s on there. It's a lot better than the 205s I had on those legacy snowflakes. Here's me test fitting them, see if they fit. I rattle canned them this gunmetal. I really like how they turned out. Glamour shot. Still can't decide if I want to go lower, because it's really nice blasting out of parking lots down the curb ramps at Mach 10 and not scraping all that much. But I got some 04, 05 taillights. They look a lot better. Turned out real well. Good daily, but I've still got plans for it. So I'll make another video here in the near future with some updates. Thanks for watching my ramblings. I work on this thing. Yeah.